Okay, folks, so I'm just live just for the heck of it. No cases, just chit chatting, just channel updates, whatever. Um, First things first, I need a new logo. I'm really looking for someone to make one for the new channel. Um, if you are interested in doing that for me, please hit me up. The email is Miss Savage Says, MSSAVAGESAYS at gmail.com. Or you can just get in the chat or something one day when I'm live. I really need a new logo and I am all out of creative ideas. So the channel is definitely back. I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna let the channel go because I was like, it's really kind of weighing on me or whatever. But then BC, and you guys can thank BC for this. BC asked me about the missing anniversaries because BC has been looking for them. And I didn't really think people were watching them because it really wasn't getting a lot of views. And then like the view time on the stats was really low. So I guess maybe YouTube is not really counting all of the view time on it. Cause to me, it was looking like people were watching it for an average of like 12 seconds. And I'm like, why am I going to all this trouble? But apparently, people actually watch the whole video. So I will be starting that back. And just for BC, I'm gonna do it's either gonna be one or two megasodes of missing anniversaries to cover all the time that I've missed from like the last week of January up until the present. So I'll probably end up splitting it into two segments of like 3 weeks each. So two megasodes of that coming and then back to the regular schedule on dropping on Mondays. um I don't know, when BC asked me about that and it seemed like people are actually interested, then it kind of put a little bit more spark back into me because I ain't gonna lie, I was like, man, forget YouTube. That was really where I was at. I was kind of disgusted with it. I kind of been stuck at 618 views, subscribers, and it kind of wavers back and forth between 200, 618 and 622. It's like I can't get lower than 618 and I can't get higher than 622. But I'm going to go back at it full steam and go live more often, like I used to do. This time, though, we're going to be focused mainly on just the missing aspect of the cases. I don't really want to go in depth with too many cases because that really did weigh on me. Like it was really getting to me, just constantly being barraged with, somebody beating or hurting or killing some kid. And it's like every time I see an Amber Alert, my heart just sinks. You know what I'm saying? And I expect the worst, and I don't really want to be jaded like that. Like I'm a really kind of positive person. I can always try to see like the bright side of it and see, like, okay, this is gonna turn out good. They're gonna find this kid. This kid's gonna be okay. And then it ends up like Audrey's case, you know what I'm saying? Or like Ariel's case or Cody's case or and that's really started to get to me. It really did. I mean, it just had me heavy in my spirit and I'm not that type of person to where I have a heavy spirit. And I really wasn't liking that, but I guess I just need to pray a little more and continue the work because these kids really do need us. They need as many people out there as possible being their voice and speaking for them and bringing awareness to their case and to their plight in life, you know, even if it turns out to be a Harmony Montgomery case, and she's just unfound, but we know she's not with us anymore. You know, still, people need to know that she lived. People need to know that she mattered. And so, if I can continue to be a voice in that, then hey, might as well, right? It's not like I'm doing a whole lot else, and that can be my way of just giving back. Because I've been very blessed in life, even in the hard times. So, yes, the channel is officially back, and I will be going live more often. And I will be bringing back missing anniversaries and a few other things that I've been wanting to do before I kind of abandoned the channel. Um, Tammy Crimes, if you're out there, get at me. I was supposed to call you, and I got really tied up with some stuff. I just finished a move, but I'm pretty settled now. So, um, yeah, if I don't hear from you in the next few days, then I'll call you because I don't know if you're online a lot lately. Uh, really, I guess that's kind of it. Just hanging out and chatting, just and the update on the G babies is everybody is doing good. Bubby is in school this year and she's really enjoying it. Fortunately, it's preschool, so she gets that adjustment phase to before it's like real serious school. Yeah, she has her days when she just doesn't want to do school. Um, but yeah, my little co-pilot will be live with me a couple of times here soon. Gabby's been itching to make another video for you guys. She really enjoyed doing that, so I'm gonna let her go back to making a few videos when she's here on weekends. But other than that, the updates with me, I got a new apartment. That was such a blessing. Like I didn't really put it out there, but I've pretty much been couch surfing and homeless for the last couple of years, and so it is really great to have my own place again and just I can come to my spot and kind of shut off whatever was out there in the world that might have been getting to me. I've got my zen, I guess you could call it. I've got my little spot where I can just chill and be at peace and do my thing. And I'm really enjoying that. I was actually kind of scared to live alone again because I haven't lived alone in a very long time. I've either had my place and had people living with me, or I've been living in somebody else's place. So being alone at first was kind of scary. Like I don't want to be there by myself, but now that I'm actually here in my apartment by myself, I really enjoy it. I really am liking this me time when I need it. Just so I have a lot of time to just kind of get back to YouTube. Um, yeah, but it's a cute little one bedroom apartment. I'm still working on putting some stuff in here, but I got all my basics. I mean, me and my son-in-law hustled that stuff up so quick. Like it's been like 10 years since I actually had a place of my own where I needed to get like furniture and all that stuff. So I started from scratch, and within a week we had everything basically that I needed. I still got to get a bed, but other than that, I'm good. I got an air mattress; it's nice and comfortable, and I got a futon, so I ain't sleeping on the floor. So I'm thankful. I'm grateful. Um, yeah, I watched the Adam Montgomery trial over on Sleuth Mom's channel, and I'm really glad that they came back with a. I said no cases, but I guess it's cases. But I'm really glad that they came back with a guilty verdict because I really kind of felt like with um, Kayla being the main witness, like the star witness as far as the actual murder, that with her lying to the grand jury and lying here and lying there, that maybe the jury wouldn't give her, much credibility. And then so many of the witnesses against him, from like his life and from seeing Harmony or whatever, were had their issues. They've got addictions, they're in and out of jail. And so I was hoping that the jury wouldn't look at them and be like, oh, just a drug addict criminal. Can't believe that dope fiend. But thankfully, um, the state put forth a solid enough case that Adam is probably never ever going to be on this side of a prison wall again. Thank you, Jesus, because that demon should have been caged a long time ago. A long, long time ago. Before there was ever a missing Harmony Montgomery. He should have never even had her. I mean, and I did like at the press conference when the officers and DAs and everything were speaking, and the one guy was saying how he feels, and he was blunt with it, and I really liked that he just put it out there. He feels like more people need to be held accountable in Harmony's case. Caseworkers, CPS, judges, whoever. A lot more people need to be held to accountability, for what happened to Harmony because she never should have even been with Adam. I mean, his record alone for his violence, his drug addictions, his all this other stuff, he should have never had custody of her. And so I agree with that person that spoke and said that there's a lot more people who need to be held accountable. And he was like, will they be held accountable? Who knows? Probably not. And he's right about that too, which is the sad part because there is really no hope of it being pushed further than this. You know what I'm saying? Kayla's not gonna get in any trouble for not speaking. And I kind of, when it comes to Kayla, to me that's kind of a mixed bag because she was the victim of some awful abuse at Adam's hand too. So I have to look at it like the question is, why didn't she speak up? Why didn't she say something? And why did she lie about it? Why didn't she just tell the truth once she had the opportunity to tell the truth? He's got all this time. He's never coming back. Just spit it out. But on the other side of the coin, you know what I'm saying? Having been in abusive relationships myself, then I understand like that fear of going against your abuser, even if they're away from you and they can't harm you and they can't hurt you anymore. There's still that something there that kind of, and not making excuses for her, not justifying anything, you know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to a life of a kid, then I kind of feel like she should have done more, said more. This dude's hauling around his daughter's dead body in a duffel bag in a cooler for months. How could you live with that? But at the same time, I really don't know her full situation. I've seen the pictures of her black eyes, and I can imagine the beatings that she's taken because I've taken some myself. So, like I said, my feelings about Kayla are kind of a mixed bag. I commend his uncle who spoke out and called the police and tried to bring attention to this and get some help for Harmony. And I truly fault CPS. In Harmony's case, I fault them 100% because had they not closed so many cases, if they're constantly getting calls about Harmony's welfare and constantly closing the case, then how concerned with her welfare were you? How good of a job were you doing? If you could just accept an excuse like, oh, her brother hit her with a lightsaber, or oh, she walked into a wall. You know what I'm saying? She tripped on her shoelace, whatever. So when it boils down to it, I blame CPS 100%. Adam may have been the ultimate actor who took Harmony's life, but I blame CPS because it's their job to protect children, and they did not protect Harmony. There are so many others that they didn't protect, but they did not protect Harmony, even after being given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and they constantly drop the ball. I don't know. Let me get off my soapbox. But yeah, that really pisses me off because you have so many parents out there on the other side of the coin who really aren't trying to hurt their kids, who really are doing everything that they can, and their kids are being taken for stupid reasons. You know what I'm saying? But then when a child is really in danger, you're leaving her in that situation. That's just dumb. Just dumb. Doesn't make sense. It's just stupid. You know, I feel like those CPS workers should look at every child as if, what if this was my child? You know what I'm saying? Or just have some common sense, man. Common sense. Ain't no kid constantly running into a wall, getting hit with a baseball, tagged with a lightsaber, or what the heck ever. It's not constantly happening like this. Even like in Ariel's case, I don't see how anyone could look at that child over the course of years and see how badly her condition deteriorated. She lost weight. She had broken bones. She constantly had bruises. You know what I'm saying? How could you look at a child go from this chunky, happy, smiling, beautiful little girl to this shell of herself and never once say, you know what I'm saying, maybe I should take this, maybe I should push the envelope a little farther. You know, Ariel should be here. Harmony should be here. Cody should be here. You know, there's absolutely no good reason that they shouldn't. Even in Cody's case, even though there isn't like this record or CPS interaction, somebody knew what was going on. This man was not an island unto himself. Somebody knew he was leaving those kids by themselves. Somebody knew he was putting these kids in bad situations or even abusing them or whatever was going on. I mean, the dude's looking at like 130 something years just for the neglect charges, not even for abuse. So this isn't something that started all of a sudden one day and then Cody disappeared. This is something that had been going on and on and on. There were other people in his life. There were other people in these kids' lives who should have seen that he was not treating them well. The sister who has so much to say about how it's irrelevant when the last time she saw Cody and my brother, they denied him a lawyer, da 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 da, yada yada yada. You know, there's no excuse for Cody not to be here. Somebody saw something, somebody should have said something. I'm just kind of ranting right now. It's kind of been pent up, you know, because I haven't been on here talking about these cases. I haven't really been. I've really been trying not to think about the cases because I've been trying to ease my mind from the trauma of dealing with cases on such a constant basis, because it can be traumatizing, even though we're on the outside looking in and we're talking about it and we're watching videos and reading news stories and watching court dates or whatever. We're not there in it, but it is still traumatizing to constantly be assaulted with information like that, to constantly hear these awful stories, especially when we know, it's like screaming at the TV when you're watching a movie and you're screaming, don't go in there, don't go in there. And it's like you're looking at these cases and you're screaming at these people, check on that kid. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you get this child safe? So it's a bit traumatizing. I think I've learned to deal with my trauma though. Thank you, BC. You sparked life in me again. Um, so yeah, guys, I'm gonna be working on the channel and revamping it. I'm open to ideas. Like I said, mainly I want to focus on the missing aspect of it, not so much the deep dives. Some cases I probably will most likely deep dive into, but hopefully not as much as before. Um, but I really want to focus on getting these kids' names and faces out there so people can be looking for them. That's going to be my main goal for the channel. A lot of missing flyers, a lot of chat about where they are, what could possibly be going on until they're found. Um, but if they're not found safe, then I'm probably not going to go much further into those particular cases. Yeah, I guess I've ranted long enough, huh? It's been like 20 minutes that I've just been going off about about how my little pet peeves about these stupid CPS workers and how they don't protect these children. Um, that's really all I wanted to just come on and kind of tell you guys, hey, I'm back, and give you what the new goals are and just chat for a minute. Just I actually kind of miss being on here and the community and the family. I really kind of miss it. I miss all you guys. Miss chatting with you, hanging out or whatever. And I will be back more often. As of now, though, I got work in the morning, so I am going to lay it down. Thanks for watching. I love you guys, and I am glad to be back. Good night.